Welcome to the Stress Outlet. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn. I'm here with little Giovanni today. This is our one-on-one time at 6 and almost 6. It was less than 6 when we left the house. Yeah, because we're out here and little baby Truman's taking a sleep and little sleepies. So we're out here. We want to talk. We've been very inspired by Tony Robbins lately. I just love that guy. Definitely on my list of people to do lunch with, in my friends group like with Oprah. Anyway. He's been talking about suffering and how we don't need to suffer, because suffering is coming. Now, it's not the same as pain. You can't always avoid pain. Obviously you can stub your toe, sprain your ankle, and all the way up to bigger stuff, right? So that sometimes life just kind of brings it, and then we heal and da-da-da. But not pain, but suffering. Suffering, however, is a choice. Because suffering is coming from the mind. Suffering is coming from a narrative we're telling ourselves about something, which is in the past, which is over. We're not saying it's not legit. Not saying that the thing didn't happen. You're beating yourself up with a guilt stick from something you did 2 weeks ago, 10 years ago, 20, 30, 40 years ago, or a shame stick of messages from the past and all the things. So here's the thing. We inflict suffering on ourselves. It's also important to know that self-punishment, which is what we're doing when we're beating ourselves up with a guilt or shame stick or both, is self-punishment can be highly rewarding. It doesn't make any intuitive sense to hear that, but it's very rewarding, actually, especially if you were mistreated as a child, abused, neglected, the whole thing. Abuse and neglect kind of overlap there. And you've gotten all kinds of shameful messages. Self-punishment is actually going to feel comfortable. Like, here I go again, that'll teach me. And beating ourselves up with these narratives, that's where suffering is coming from. So just like in the 12-step programs I've talked about, I really like the Oneliners in the 12-step programs. There's so much wisdom in the 12-step programs. And the one day at a time thing, right? I'm choosing not to suffer today. On this day, I'm not going to suffer. If that loop starts, then you say, okay, I'm choosing not to suffer until lunchtime. Give yourself draw a line in the sand. If it's the afternoon, I'm choosing not to suffer until 4 o'clock. I'm choosing not to suffer for the next hour, because it's self-inflicted pain. So here's the thing. We shift out into a beautiful state because life is too short to waste any valuable life minutes in that suffering loop. Just way too short. And the brain is actually very easy to distract. You call someone, go outside for a walk, do all the things. Doesn't mean it goes away entirely, because if it's been in a loop for a long time, but it's a start, because suffering is a choice. We do not need to suffer. It's coming from the mind, not from God, universe, higher power.